Hey guys, just wanted to share with you just a little bit about my back. I know I haven't talked about it for a while, but my back is doing good. I just finished up stacking this wood, or I brought all this in a couple days ago. I bought it in a pallet. It's about a half a cord. So I did that, and then I've been working on the furnace down here, trying to get it kind of redone so it'd be more efficient. So I put like baffles in here and then redid the duct work up here because it was all like open and it didn't force the air through. So this does like a double bypass. The air comes through. There's a squirrel fan right there, pushes the air down on the bottom of the barrel, and then it comes up and then it goes over and then up into the ductwork. So hopefully that's a little bit more efficient than just going straight up and not blowing much air through here in the front part. So so hopefully redoing that helps. I just brought in all of this wood. It took me about an hour or so. I brought it in all by hand. This stuff's like 4 to 5 feet wet. It's heavy, and I just hauled all that in by hand. As you can see, it's almost as tall as I am, the stack of wood here. So I was able to do this without any problems or issues with my back, and I was carrying pretty full armloads of wood. I'd say over 50 pounds. Some of the loads I brought in by hand. As you can see, I'm just filthy from doing that. So, but I needed to get all this in here now that I got the furnace set up. I needed to get it in here because we got this crazy snow system coming in and cold front, and all this wood is gonna just get completely buried in snow. It's already getting buried, so this is all the pile I have left right here, which is probably a cord of wood or a half a cord. It's probably about 3/4 of a cord of wood. Anyway, this pile was all the way up against the house here, and I just now brought most of this in. It was 2 dump truck loads of wood that I had loaded up from the other side of the property. It was just sitting there, had been stacked a while back. Yeah, I wanted to get that in so it could have a chance to dry out and not get covered in snow. It just gets harder and harder to do stuff with more snow on top of it. So now I don't have to come outside and open this door constantly, getting firewood and bringing it in, letting cold air in. So I got this should last a couple months actually, but depends on how cold it's gonna get. They're saying that it's gonna get down to I think 11 degrees in a couple days, so 11 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's pretty cold, especially for this time of year. But it's only gonna get more cold and snowy from here on out. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you because my back is doing fine, and my pain level is like pretty much zero. I don't have any pain, and I'm not taking any painkillers or medication, ibuprofen, nothing. So once in a while I have like a slight soreness, maybe a pain level 1 or something like that, but it's not bad at all. And it just seems to be slowly improving even more. And I've been slacking off on my exercises and core exercises too. So it's not that. The only explanation I can say is that the stem cells are working and the Lord's allowing that to happen. So anyway, I just thank God every day that I'm not in constant suffering and pain. And for all you guys out there that are, for me it worked. The stem cells worked, and so if you can afford to do that, and if you have some faith in the Lord, just pray about it, and He'll provide a way. I didn't have the money for this. I still owe one of my family members the money, but now that my health is back, I can study and work or whatever I need to do to pay him back. So anyway, that's it for now. I'll try to keep you guys updated on what's going on. So, alright, bye. So I just came back upstairs after recording. I was showing you how I had stacked up the wood and all that. Anyway, I thought I would show you this. I've been wanting to do this before I made this video, but and I wanted to figure out how to do like a screen capture thing so I can really get a good, clear, like full resolution of my MRIs here. But I'm just gonna like use the phone here and show you like this. So, and I'm gonna try to go back later after I figure out how to do a screen capture software setup and go over all of my MRIs from the very beginning, like 10 years ago till now. And I'll probably do that after I go and get the MRI I should have had done like a month ago. Right now it's let's see, like 13 months after I had the stem cells injected. So it's November, first week in November of 2017, and I had the today's date exactly is November 5th, 2017. I had the stem cells injected, I think, on like October 3rd or 7th, somewhere in there, of 2016 of last year. So it's been about 13 months, and I had these MRIs were taken back in let's see, like 6 months ago. Trying to find the folder. Anyway, 6 months ago I had these done in Australia, and so this is actually about like I think it was about 4 days after this MRI was done in Australia 6 months ago. 4 days after I blew did a full-on herniation of my disc. So here's the exact date of the MRI. So here it is, and as I go through, like cycle through the segments here, you can see that this disc, this is the S1 L5 vertebrae, and then the disc in between it. So as you can see, they're still dark. They're not like the healthy discs above them. But this disc up here is dark too. So maybe I have but after I get into it more, it's probably just the position of it. I was on the edge of it or something. But anyway, there is something going on there, because you can see how light it is in some areas. It's kind of in some areas it is lighter, and then you get right in the middle of it here, or towards the middle, and it's really light. So the lighter the color of the disc is, the healthier it is, the more water content it has in there. It's not as dehydrated and compressed and dense. So you can see that maybe that's an indication to me. But I don't know. I'm not a doctor professional or anything. So, but it seems like that the stem cells have tried to regenerate this, and it's rehydrated it to a point, to an extent. But unfortunately, I really damaged it really bad, as you can see. This is a full-on chunk of disc, of the inside of my disc, that blew out into my spinal canal really far. I mean, this is like really majorly blown out. So that's not like a herniation. I mean, that's not a bulge or just a small tear or anything. I mean, this is a full-on herniation where I blew out a ton of, a big chunk of the inside of my disc into my spinal canal. They call this chunk a fragment, disc fragment. So this disc fragment is a really quite a large disc fragment. As you can see, it goes all the way out to here. And that this pain that I experienced when this happened was worse than, it was the worst pain I've ever had, during all this back issue problems. And like I think I explained before, I recovered from, I couldn't sleep for 3 days straight when this happened. And I recovered from this to the point where I was able to walk around and get around fairly well within 3 days. Or not 3 days. Well, I got to the point where I could stand out. I could get out of bed. No, after 3 days I was able to sleep. I wasn't able to sleep for 3 days. I was able to sleep after 3 days because the pain subsided enough in my body, just gave out my mind or whatever. I just passed out and started to sleep, but I only would sleep for like 10-20 minutes at the most until maybe day 4 after I blew out the disc. And that's the day that I had this done, and I was able to, on day 4, walk quickly enough. It's probably like a 30 or 45-second walk from my bed upstairs in the apartment in Australia to the Toyota minivan that my mom had, or camper van, and she had a mattress laid down in there, and I walked down there and laid down on the mattress, and then she drove me to the MRI clinic or whatever lab, and then they had a stretcher, whatever bed that they on wheels that they went out, and I rolled off out of the minivan onto that, and then I was on that until through the whole process. They bring me to the MRI machine, and I got out of there, off the bed onto that, and back and forth. So anyway, I was in really bad shape, but after 2 weeks, which I do have the MRI of that. So this was 5/10/2017, and I gotta find it here. I think it was on the desktop. May, so that must have been the May one. Okay, so here they are, May and June. So the June 1st, let's see what's going on. So launch it. So the June 1st MRI, this was 2 weeks after that first MRI. So 2 weeks. No, it was more than 2 weeks. So May 10th was the first one I had done, and then June 1st. So I'll just let you do the math on that. But anyway, it was on a different machine actually, which was unfortunate. I wanted to get it done on the same machine. So you can see here that there's not a ton of difference. I mean, you can hopefully, I think you can see here that this, it kind of like maybe shrunk a little bit, but that big old disc fragment still out there. So anyway, the amazing thing about all of this is that after 2 weeks I was able to walk around just fine. I was still on high amounts of ibuprofen and all that, but I was able to do good, and I just steadily improved. After a couple weeks of getting back, I was feeling a lot better, and then a month later I was feeling a lot better, and then 2 months after that I was really doing good, and I just seemed to very slowly continue to improve, and at this point, like, I'm at like basically zero pain level, and I had no surgery done or anything. So if you're, so that, I mean, it just tells me that even though I had this major blowout of the disc, that after like 7 months after the stem cells were injected, I don't see this as being a major failure of the stem cells. In a way, it's like a testimony as to how well they actually worked, because I think, the inflammation that was caused by all this damage, the doctor said that the inflammation in general is what like kicks the stem cells into high gear and causes them to repair and the damage and all that. And that's why like Regenerative and some other clinics, they'll inject platelet-rich plasma into the area a day or two before the stem cells actually get injected, to cause inflammation, to get the body like into hey, what's going on, like repair mode, so that when they inject the stem cells, the body's already like boom, like on the ball and making things happen. So when all that inflammation took place, when I blew out this disc and herniated it, I think that because of that, I was able to recover so quickly from that, because the inflammation was triggering the stem cells to do their thing. Whereas before this happened, I was really babying myself, and there wasn't much inflammation, and I was taking a lot of ibuprofen. Not a lot, but I was taking ibuprofen up to this point, so which reduces the inflammation. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, because I really did want, I've been wanting to show you the MRIs, and I just haven't been able to figure out how to do this screen capture thing and do it properly. But there's this, I think this is good enough for now, and like I said, I'm gonna make another video where you guys can see exactly or get a full like high quality screen capture version of this, and I can show you all the MRIs going way back to when my back first went out on me. So anyway, that's it for now. And I have been recording video all this time, actually. I just haven't edited the video and uploaded it, because I just been busy, and I wanted to do that after I did the series of stem cell related videos. The videos I've been recording are just like vlogging my daily life and projects I've been working on with my cars, and I ended up getting 2 airplanes this summer. Made a long road trip to almost the Nebraska border, just like 3,000 miles round trip. Like a 4 or 5 day on the road sitting, which was really amazing that I was able to hold up to that. So you guys will be able to see my progress up to this point. I just haven't, like I said, I haven't edited the videos and uploaded them. So when I start doing that, you'll see we'll be going back like 4 or 5 months or something, or more maybe, I don't know, from this date. And then you can follow my progress kind of in a way. I'm not going to be talking a lot about my back, but you can see how I'm functioning and moving and getting around and what I'm doing. So anyway, I hope this helps. And so yeah, without surgery or even doing I've been slacking off on my like core exercises and everything, and like I'm like almost fully recovered, I feel like. So the stem cells are working. If you plan to get them done, I would suggest that you do the bone marrow cultured stem cells like Regenerativa does in the Cayman Islands, or go to Spain. It's not bad. And to Barcelona, to Dr. Gilete is the clinic there in Barcelona. So, but hey, it's worth it. I have no regrets whatsoever. Even though I'm in a lot of debt, I will be able to pay that off and before too long, and it's well worth not having to suffer and torturous amount of pains 24 hours a day. So this is, I'm just really happy. So anyway, this video has been plenty long enough, so I'm just gonna edit this and hopefully upload it tonight and get this out there for you, all you guys that are following me with the stem cell stuff and my progress. So all right, thanks and God bless. Bye.